Hi everybody, Jo here again. Welcome to another Monday mindfulness video with me. So, shall we get comfortable? Now today I've got an idea about a double page spread that I want to do, and it's something that I like to do almost to have my journal as a bit of a reminder, or as a bit of a menu as to my ink pads. Because obviously journals, you know, they have lots of uses. It can just be that maybe you want to make your lovely pieces of art and put them in your journal. That's fine. Maybe you want to make it into like a storybook journal. Maybe it wants to be something where you practice new techniques. There's lots of reasons. It's like I've said before, the journal is personal to you. You can have it for whatever reason you want. So today I thought I'd show you a little idea I've got. I use it in the craft Bible, which I do in my little workshop group. And so basically what we do is, the first thing to do for me is I decide I'm going to do a double page spread. If I just pop my journal out of the way and explain, and I want to use my Versafine Clair inks. So I've got 6 of them here, and these are the colours I'm going to use for this spread. I love to do it when I buy new colours. It's a way of sort of a reminder of what colours you've got. I've got to be honest, I was hesitating then because I didn't realise how many Versafine Clairs I'd got till I started looking at them. Every time I put an order in with Tracy, I order a different colour. And I love the colour range, and I just didn't realise how many I'd got, but we'll keep that between me and you because we won't tell hubby over there because, you know, I always tell him there's things that I need. So what I do is I choose my Versafine Clairs. I mean, I could do this with my oxides, with my elements, and then I go for a stamp. Now, I've chosen the small fairy fir tree. And what to do then is I get some pieces of card, and this is great for your offcuts that will fit that stamp. And I just use the acetate. Sorry, excuse me, my throat's playing up at the minute. So I just go for, like I say, so I've gone for this one, and I think this is 5 inches by 2 inches. And I say, great for using the offcuts up. And I've just put my black Sharpie line round, and we've got 6 of these. And what I've done is I've stamped in the different colours of the ink. So I'll finish, I've got another 2 to do. So I thought I'd do a couple ahead of time, and then I'll do the last 2. And then we can have some fun adding them to our journal. And it's a great way if you buy a new colour, or if you've got a few new colours and you just want to see, you know, what they're like. A little tip, I would always start with your lightest colour first. I do wipe my stamp in between, but I still would always start with my lightest colour of ink first. So as I say, I've got 2 of these left to do. So we've got a lovely blue here, Warm Breeze. And then one more. And yes, I have got a spare piece of card just in case, because I don't trust myself that much that you never know. I mean, to be honest, I think I need to do 2 of these double page spreads with the amount of ink pads I've got. It's great for techniques as well. You know, if you wanted to, if you've got some of your wow embossing powders, you could do this, and again using the different colours that you've got, and then when you see them next to each other, it's a nice reminder of what you have got, but also reminds you of what they look like. Lovely. So I'll just give that stamp a wipe before I file it over there. And then what I've done is I just want to add, let's just blot them. And then I just want to add a little bit of shading. So I've got my pastel pencils here, and I'm just going for a colour that I think is similar. So I think, what am I thinking, is that sort of a turquoise, just to ground the tree a little. You don't need to, but I just think it sort of finishes it off. And then have we got a purpley colour? Sort of that'll do, a dark blue, that'll be fine. And also what I've done with my black fine liner is just written the name. So this one's, because again, for me, this is just because I want to know what these colours are. And it's a way of having your handwriting in your journal. Right, and Monarch. There we go. So I've got my 6 little toppies ready. And as I say, depending on how many inks you've got, I mean, I could have chosen a smaller stamp and done, you know, twice as many toppers. So let's find a page. And what I'm thinking is, can we see, that I'm going to just literally pop them in like this. And again, you can decide, you can mix and match, look. Looks like I'm playing cards, doesn't it? And I'm thinking I'm having something like this. And I like it, I think it looks really nice. But as I say, I've got all my colours here. So I'm thinking of adding a background, but I don't want it too heavy. So we'll pop those over there, somewhere safe. And then I've got some stencils here. So I've got my hill mask. And I'm thinking of underneath that adding my pebbles, I think, or stone. I think this one's stone. And what I've got is I've got my graphite ink pad. And I'm thinking of doing the background just in grey so that it won't take anything away. It'll just add to this lovely background. And I could have used one of my pre-made, you know, our little almost pre-made backgrounds that we have when we're cleaning off our ink pad. So what I'm going to do is bring the 2 masks in together, the 2 stencils, and I think I'm going to go about there. And let's just, again, I'm just using the grey, the graphite, and I just want to add a little bit of the idea of a background behind these trees. And if I'm not sure how it looks, lovely. And again, this is the textured book, so I know it'll look lovely on this lovely, yeah. So I like that. So we'll just carry this along, move along the bus. So we'll just pop that there, and we'll add a bit more stencil here. And I love doing it this way because this way I get the shape of the hill and the stone together. And again, even though I'm using the light grey, I'm taking the excess off on my lid just because I don't want it to be too thick. Like I say, we just want the idea. So we'll just, and again, thicker on my corner, and we'll just come in here. And this stencil sort of tessellates. You can't really see where it joins. It's just, both of them are so lovely how they do that. So if I just bring in one of my, just to keep an idea, because I've got something in my head. So I like that. And I'm thinking of using this lovely leaf stencil on top, which I'm just going to have a look. And this is called Flurry. So I'm thinking of putting this one behind as well. Yes, I think I'll just, and I think I'll just come down with that. So again, let's, I think we'll start here. And I'm just sticking to the grey. I could introduce another colour, but because my toppers are stamped in different colours, I don't want to overcomplicate it. Oh, that's nice. So I'm just going to add this odd stenciling. Now, you know me, I normally say gently, gently, but this is the bit when I can actually, don't have to worry. Lift it up and have a look. Let's have a little bit more here. Oh yes, I like that. And if I just bring this back in to give me an idea, yes. So it's giving me a subtle background. I don't want it to take away from my colours of my Versafine Clair. So we'll add some more this side. So if you've got the new Elements ink pad, so we've got, I think is it 5 or 6 new colours? So you could even do that as the same sort of thing with your elements. And you could, it's just a nice way of building pages up, but also it's informative for you. Just wanted actual couple of leaves a bit darker here. Yes, I like that. So sometimes if you think it's too pale, you can come back in, look, and just do a, so say here, I mean, it's a nice background, but maybe a bit pale. So maybe I could just come in with, I like these 2 leaves here. Let's alter the, and maybe, and just specifically choose the 2 leaves, look. Lift it off. And you've got, and sometimes that just adds if it's a little bit too, and you can look at your page. You know, although we want random, we can highlight as well. So let me have a look and just see how, and I'm thinking I like this. I like them in that order. Now again, look, you can offset them. Now I think I'll be tempted to offset mine, and I'll tell you why. If I put them in a straight line and it's not quite straight, that will mess with my head. So before I do it, I just want to come in with my fine liner, and I just want to add a little bit of doodling along. Now I could have done this with my landscape mask in position, but I just want it to look very doodly, very sketchy. So I actually don't want it to be perfect. There's just something I love in a journal about sketchiness. But again, if this isn't your sort of, you know, if you don't want to add that, again, journaling's all about you. So, you know, just leave it off. So what order did we have them? You'd probably find you'd be like me, you'll put them on and off. So I'm thinking, I don't want that exactly. Oh, let's maybe, and again, take your time, have a play. I'm quite liking that down there, that there. Now, like I say, you might want them in a perfect line. For me, if it's not quite perfect, it's going to mess with my head. So I'm thinking, maybe just have them a little bit closer, but not too. Yeah, I'm thinking I like this. So let's add these. And again, you know me, I'm a belt and braces girl. So there were 2. So I've just got a little bit of double-sided tape, and then I'm going to use my bippity boppity glue. And I think I'll stick the middle one in first. And you always find if you're doing 3 things, if you stick the middle one in. Right, I'm happy with that. And the glue dries clear, so where did we have that one? We'll go there. And like I said, there are so many stamps that this works well with. I mean, you could even do it if you had new stamps and wanted to create a theme. You know, if you were stuck for what to know onto your page, what you were going to do. That one's not quite straight, is it? Oh, well, it's stuck down now, so it'll have to be a quirky thing in my journal. So you could even have a theme with, you know, your fairy stamps. Like I say, for me, it's just a nice little reminder of what coloured ink pads I've got. And the colours sometimes look different, you know, on the lids as to, which is obvious as to when they're stamped out. going up with this one? What do you reckon? Glamorous, you see. I didn't even know I had a glamorous ink pad. Monarch, I use that a lot. So last one, let's have a little, put that here I think. And then, right, did anyone see where I put my lid? This is the thing, isn't it, when you, I'll pop it there, we shall find it. Now, if you wanted, you could add embellishments on these, but I just like the simplicity of actually seeing. And also, you know, it's like looking at this, I'm thinking, actually, could I do a Christmas card? Could I add some little baubles on this and actually stamp 3 in a row and put a Christmas sentiment on it? I could add some snow. And you know, the beauty of it is about journaling is it does then make you think of ways that you can add things that you can do. And for me, I just love the whole thing. But what I'm thinking is I actually need, now you're going to have to bear with me because I'm thinking I need a little sticker at the top. So, what am I thinking? I just think I've got little spaces that I can just add and I think it'll just finish it off. So I've got to have the word art, haven't I? You know when you just want something and you're not sure what? And I just think a couple of these will really... So I'm thinking of having 3. So if I have that there... Oh, love and light, I like that. So again, I'm just using my scissors to just position. And because I've offset these, so just one more here, I'm thinking where it's live life, I like that. And again, just using my scissors. It just helps me because I like it, but then I can try and think, that was the right decision. Even though I think I want it there, it's worth just putting it in other places just to see. I mean, I could put it across. No, I definitely like it in that. Just offset it a little in that space there. And then let's get the black fine liner and we'll just frame these. Again, for me, it just goes with that nice sketchy feel, but also the fact that I've put a black line. And again, you can either do, you know, a bit of heart monitor, a bit of, depending on how much scribble you want. It's really, I'm really into this scribbling, you know. There's just something nice about it, and you just don't have to, you see, I think that just finishes it off. It gives it that little something. And I love, so here we've got the stitching look from when I did this page. Do you remember where we had the stitching and that lovely little sort of kilt pin? So I'm working on the back of that, but what's nice is I still have that gold stitching, which is lovely. So the last thing I'm thinking is just some little Posca, little splats. And I think I might just put a couple of the little rings. So let's see if the white ones show up. Not sure if they will. No, the white's not showing up, so let's go for another colour. I wonder if I've got this lovely yellow. I'm thinking the yellow in the glittery. Let's have a see. And again, you know, I'm just playing. So all I'm doing is putting some of the Posca on the lid. We've done this before. I love doing this. Sometimes when you want a bit of something and you're not sure what, and then just pop it on your journal. And I love these sparkly glittery Poscas. It's got all the quality of the Posca, but with that bit of glitter. And it just adds that little bit when I don't want the background to overtake my coloured stamping, but I just want it to add something. You know, when you're not sure what, it just gives. And I'm thinking this goes with my gold thread. And we'll just add a little bit up here. And then give it a good shake. And let's just add some splats. We'll have a few gentle ones at first. And I'll just bring some in round the trees, I think. And I think it'll really tie all three together. So I'm almost being mindful of walking across my page with my splatters. So here, for example, if we look at this page, I'm coming here. So I'll sort of walk across here. And then onto the gold thread there. And then at the top, let's come down. Go around there, incorporate that. And then over there. And that, I think, just brings the pages together. And unfortunately, I have to show you just one page at a time. But if I bring it closer, can you see that, especially with that gold thread, that lovely sort of, although it's a yellow sparkly Posca, it looks quite gold. Check out the gold pens as well. We've got some lovely gold pens that you can do this with as well. And I just love the addition of these little, and sometimes it's just that it didn't need much. But again, for me, that's two lovely pages, which I think when I'm looking through this, and again, a couple of you have asked if we can have a walk through one of the videos, and we'll look at all the pages. But for me, this is a lovely, appealing page, but also the main point for me is so that I can see the colours of the ink pads, well, some of the ink pads that I've got. It's just such a lovely thing to do. So I'm hoping you have a go at that. Like I say, maybe do your embossing powders, emboss on each one. And I think that stamp's perfect for it. But I'm definitely going to do a Christmas card with 3 of these, almost like a triptych of them. So I'm hoping you enjoyed that. And I always say it, but it's such a privilege to spend time with you. So thank you very much. And so whether it's morning, evening, midday, and whether it's your summer, because it's certainly getting to be our winter, you take care of yourselves. And thanks for being here and spending special time with me and the rest of this lovely community that we have in here. Honestly, we're so lucky. And I'll see you again. Oh, tomorrow. Who knows what we're going to be looking at. You take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Love and hugs. Bye for now.